Today, we're going to talk about a topic that has been a major concern for many people when it comes to embracing electric cars: range anxiety and charging convenience. It's a valid concern, and in the past, driving an electric car on long trips required more preparation compared to driving a gasoline car. But today, we have some exciting news that might bring us closer to a future where charging electric cars is as easy as refueling gasoline cars, regardless of the brand we drive or the charging station we visit. So, let's get into it. Range anxiety and charging convenience. Many people hesitate to embrace electric cars primarily due to concerns about range anxiety and charging convenience. Although this issue is relatively minor for Tesla owners, thanks to their Supercharger network, the majority of electric car owners still face challenges when it comes to long trips. But recent developments triggered by Tesla have given me hope that this world might arrive earlier than I imagined. Rivian joins Tesla's NACS. Just imagine a scenario where you can charge your electric car as easily as refueling a gasoline car, regardless of the brand. Well, that future might not be too far away. Following Ford and GM's decision to adopt Tesla's North American Charging Standard, or NACS, the latest news is that even Rivian, a dedicated electric vehicle manufacturer, has announced its decision to join Tesla's NACS camp. This is a significant development that caught many by surprise. Expanding charging options. Starting from 2024, Rivian will be able to use Tesla's adapter-equipped supercharger stations across the United States, which total over 12,000 stations. Additionally, from 2025, Rivian vehicles will come with Tesla's charging port interface. This partnership is not only surprising, but also significant because Rivian is the second electric vehicle brand I would consider besides Tesla. Let's explore why this decision is so important and what it means for Rivian and electric car owners. Industry-wide adoption of Tesla's NACS. Many people hesitating to buy Rivian mainly because of the charging issue during long trips. While Rivian currently has other third-party charging stations available, Tesla still dominates the Supercharger network in North America, occupying over 60% of the stations. This means that if you want to alleviate range anxiety with an electric car, Tesla is still the best choice. However, Rivian's decision to join Tesla's NACS camp changes the game. Standardizing charging infrastructure, a significant step. Rivian's partnership with Tesla allows Rivian owners to access Tesla's adapter-equipped supercharger stations, significantly expanding their charging options. This move also marks a shift in Rivian's strategy. Previously, Rivian had ambitions to develop its own charging network similar to Tesla's, but now it seems like joining Tesla's camp is a wiser choice. By leveraging Tesla's extensive charging infrastructure, Rivian can address the range anxiety concern and attract more consumers. The fast charging network. But it's not just automakers that are adopting Tesla's NACS. Many fast charging networks operators like ChargePoint and EVgo have also announced their adoption. In fact, Texas recently mandated that charging companies seeking to participate in the electrification of highways using federal funding must build charging stations supporting both the US standard CCS and Tesla's NACS. This is a significant step towards standardizing charging infrastructure. Confidence in charging. For an ideal world, no matter what brand of car you drive, you can charge it confidently at any supercharger station. And with more companies adopting Tesla's NACS, the chances of owning a car that uses this standard have significantly increased. This major progress will be greatly appreciated when people embark on long trips in the future, reducing range anxiety and making electric cars a more viable option for everyone. Tesla's NACS alliance and its significance. Some may argue that the news about Tesla's NACS alliance is specific to the United States and unrelated to them. But if you own or have an interest in investing in Tesla or the electric car industry, this news is crucial. Tesla holds around 50% of the US market share, making it a significant player in the industry. The decision by Ford, GM, and Rivian to join Tesla's NACS alliance has far-reaching implications for the entire electric car industry, and it doesn't stop there. Hyundai's consideration, potential impact on Tesla and the stock market. Even major Korean automaker Hyundai is considering joining Tesla's NACS alliance. Hyundai's electric vehicles, especially in the mid-range category in North America, offer competitive alternatives to Tesla. If Hyundai decides to join Tesla's NACS alliance, it could have a substantial impact on Tesla's stock prices. However, there are compatibility issues between Hyundai's flagship Ioniq 5 and Tesla's lower voltage Supercharger stations, which are being discussed to find a solution. The outcome of these negotiations will be a remarkable development to watch. Beyond charging infrastructure, Tesla's price reductions and the price war. The ripple effect caused by Tesla's initiatives goes beyond charging infrastructure. In the US, it seems that a price war has begun. Tesla's continuous price reductions have put pressure on other car manufacturers. Hyundai, for instance, has announced significant price reductions up to $5,000 on several of its electric vehicles. With its longer range and comparable price to the Tesla Model 3 long range after tax credits, becomes an appealing option for some buyers. This trend of price reductions initiated by Tesla seems to be spreading, providing consumers with numerous choices at more affordable prices. And that completes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed learning the incredible updates of Tesla models. Which of them are you most excited about? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Tech Bros for more content such as this.